So part 2 of this is 2 ways to get better so that you can actually shoot matches is to get better. Drill your stuff 100 times. That's like the magic reps. Drill it 100 times. Then get easy partners. Get a couple hundred takedowns a week so you get used to winning. When I pull the trigger, I score. When I pull the trigger, I score. When I pull the trigger, I score 80% of the time. And the 20% of the time I don't, I get stalemates. I don't get scored on easily anymore. Okay, we're doing good. Now, I will say there is a psychological improvement. That would simply be this. Get a little bit more fired up for your matches. And I use this analogy. Let's pretend that this cup had dirty water in it and it's sitting in the sink. And you turn the cold, fresh water on high. You flush it out. In no time, probably 40 seconds or so, you're gonna have fresh, drinkable water. You flushed it out. I feel like we need to flood our mind with thoughts of winning, success, performance. And you just, because your mind can think 30 things a second, but it can really only think one thing at a time. And that's your opportunity to grasp control over your thoughts. So having said that, you need to, once you get very skilled, technically, and you get easier partners in practice, and you get rewarded for shooting and attacking, and you've exercised the muscle of pulling the trigger. There are some people who can't pull the trigger, right? They're like, well, I've been looking at your camp for a few years now, and by golly, we're ready to do it. And I'm like, how old's your son or daughter? They're 17, they got 1 year left. How's their career gone? I've never qualified for state. And I'm like, dude, don't come to my camp, it's too late. 3 years of getting your ass kicked? I mean, it's silly. Some people don't have the ability to pull the trigger and make decisions that will improve their life. And I get that, I guess. Actually, I don't get it. It is what it is. You can't save the world. And I'm not saying my camp saves the world. Go to someone else's camp, it's fine. Just if you find something that works, hopefully you can do that. But you have to get used to pulling the trigger. And yes, it is technically, I see a leg, I go for the leg. I watch the ball go into the catcher mitt, and I watch the referee or the umpire call another strike. Okay, we must interrupt this performance loop because there's no performance taking place here. Do you think we might want to swing the bat at some point in time? So yes, there is a psychological piece to this puzzle. So remember, it's okay to be a normal human and have normal human thoughts, to have a little bit of self-doubt. It's okay. You don't have to be 100% confident. It's okay. I got to figure it out as I go. I need to gain my confidence as the match goes on. These are all things that are normal in high-level competition because we're signing up for a competition, not a guarantee. Okay? But I do think that you can learn to engage your mind so that you're flooding your thoughts with thoughts of winning and success and performance. Just like you're flushing out a glass of dirty water with fresh, cold, crisp, beautiful, clean water. So before the match, you want to think about winning, think about scoring, think about being great, think about making your opponents tired, think about scoring on the edge, think about the ref doing this, think about the fans being excited, think about looking up in the crowd and seeing your parents all excited and happy, and your fans cheering for you, the cheerleaders going crazy for your performance. And you flood see what we're doing is we're kind of like stoking the emotional fire. When you put a couple more pieces of wood and you stoke it, it turns into flame, and then it's a roaring flame of energy. And you must do that. So that's part 2 of how to fix this issue, which is psychological, but usually more often than not, it's related to your very real inability. It's like, well, how come my business isn't making money? It's like, because you're not as good as you think you are. That's just the way it is. How come I can't keep a wife? You got a lot of things wrong with you, bro. How come I can't pick up heavy weight? You're not strong. How come I don't lose weight? Huh? Something's wrong. You're not disciplined enough. You're not doing it right. I don't know. So at some point in time, I think we have to quit operating off of the mental frame that we're just so freaking awesome and amazing at everything that when something isn't awesome and amazing all the time, something must be broken. It's probably you and me. Anytime shit's not working, it's usually because I'm doing something stupid, or I'm getting lazy, or I'm drifting, or I'm slipping up, and I'm not as good as I think I am. Okay? So I think that does brings a full circle, and comes back to part one a little bit. So that's definitely something to think about and a conversation to have with your kids. So good luck. Appreciate you guys watching. PurlerWrestling.com. You should be training with us.